Point you now, say, give me 2-3 paragraphs in that bill, and you're able to mention it to us. It means that you have it. Let me ask you, if you know you don't have a copy, raise your hand. And it is the rule of this house that you must have a copy so that you debate from that copy. If you say you have a copy, I'll call you now and I'll ask you questions on some of the paragraphs and the sections it's referring to. You will not be able to answer it. And this issue is an issue that we need to thoroughly analyze.
Please, order, please.
It is our rule here that issues like this, we must have copies we look at. And if the copies are not there, we take another step. But I won't be taking that step from this chair. It will come from the house. So if the majority of the people say they don't have copies of this bill, whether it is good or bad, you don't have the copies, you need to have the copies for us to deliberate on it. Let me hear you, Nkem Kama.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, Kama Nkem Kama is my name. I represent the awesome people of Ohozara, Onitsha, and Iwo Federal constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Ebonyi State. Mr. Speaker, this motion is a very sensitive one. This bill is a very sensitive one. And before this bill can be talked about here or debated, one, I believe that all of us here should have a copy of this bill to look at it and be able to go through it because of the sensitivity of this particular bill, sir. Mr. Speaker, I don't envy you today, but one thing I'm very sure, I hereby move that this bill...
Please, somebody has the floor. Allow him to finish, please. Then we'll recognize you.
And I have the position of the Speaker. I hereby move that this bill be stepped down today and let it be shared for all of us to have a look at before further action can be taken on this bill. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I represent Andoni Opobo Nkoro Federal constituency. I am a Rivers man. Mr. Speaker, my very distinguished colleagues, recall that just yesterday, I had a bill to alter a section of the Nigerian Constitution as well. And concerns were raised that portion was well crafted in the interest of the peace and unity of this country. That amendment should be stepped down. It took just the Speaker presiding yesterday to step down that bill. One common interest for the peace, unity of this country. This is similar to what we did yesterday, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, for that same singular purpose of the unity of this country, the peace and stability of all of us, I second this motion, since it has gotten to this point, that this bill be stepped down for this moment so that we can do elaborate engagement and get back to it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Move a second.
Point of order, sir.
You throw the question open to the House. So we'll vote now.
Point of order, sir.
Please, you don't order when the Speaker is speaking. You don't order him. You can only order when others are speaking.
Point of order.
So
when
what we'll do...
Point of order, you should take it. Mr. Speaker, point of order. You shouldn't ignore us. Please.
Please. Can you hear Mr. Speaker first, please? Now, the motion here is that it be stepped down. You can say no. If the vote say no, don't step it down. Mr. Speaker has no right to step it down. But the motion has been moved and seconded. If we say
our laws are very clear, Mr. Speaker. When there is a point of order,
who is speaking?
Please. I am the one.
No. Please sit down, please. Sit down. When we vote and the vote says no, we don't step it down, we vote on the main issue raised by the bill. After all, it's a constitutional matter. He can also go to, Manu, don't be unruly, please.
No, I'm not being unruly.
We can also vote on it and it will go to constitutional review. You understand? And then if it goes to constitutional review, we go public hearing. So there are so many ways to solve this problem. Let's not leave our procedure. Okay? So let me ask the question. Those in support that it be stepped down, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. How do we measure the decibel? Let me ask again. Those in support that it be stepped down, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. The nays have it. That this be read the second time. Say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. Nay!
This one is clear.
The nays have it. All right, it's good to vote on these things and then decide thereafter. It's not my decision, it's your decision. Thank you very much.
I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government were highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people approving.
Of our greedy leaders. Oh, Thunder, where are you? This is the time you are supposed to strike, so that you eliminate all of them, so that you have peace in our nation. Or join them in one aeroplane, so that it will crash land in the course of their journey. Furthermore, our security agents, i.e., the police and
Nigeria no get hope. And if anyone is telling you that you should continue to build hope, they are the enemies that are hiding in plain sight. So you will be so foolish to believe them. They are going to pass it eventually. What they need is more motivation, which is money. They can get enough money, enough bribe, and all of that. We are going to wake up more money. And it's going to be it. And some are saying that it is going to break Nigeria. I do hope so. That it will actually piss you off enough, because it is going to be a license for this jihadis pushing this. Like somebody said earlier, Commodore Akinwumi, that's his name, the name of that man. His name is Commodore Akinwumi. They have seen it happen in Afghanistan. It has happened in so many other places where they don't care if people have to die or people have to be killed and all of that. It will eventually happen.
It's not about ransom. They just want to pass a message. We can come in. We can do what we need to do. And there are some hardliners in this government that are sponsoring this kind of narratives. They just want to show that they can Islamize this country. They think about Taliban, they think about the Mujahideens, and they want to replicate it in this country. And they don't care what happened. They simply don't care. As long as at the end of the day, there's Sharia and there is whatever.
You all know that as much as you say, but Sharia is fine, if anybody tells you that Sharia is this or that, ask them about the Sharia they are practicing in northern Nigeria. If Sharia is that good, why is Gandola still walking about? Why are your criminal politicians from northern Nigeria? Why are they not in jail or dead? Why is the Sharia not punishing them? Why is the Sharia only for the poor? Is that Islamic? That the criminals from northern Nigeria were in Zamfara, or from Zamfara to Borno, from Borno to Sokoto, to the thieves are walking about. How come the Sharia is not punishing them? Because it is better to have it to further, control as many poor people as they can. So if you say, it's not going to happen, we are not going, Nigeria is just going to, I say, okay, all right. It's all right. We shall see. These guys passed a law that now established livestock, Ministry of Livestock, for Fulani terrorists, murderous Fulani terrorists. They have their own minister now. They have their own ministry now. And I've not seen anywhere, I've not seen anywhere in Nigeria where people are beginning to break stick or break bottle. How can you reward the terrorist with this and that? No. Most of us are just like a grammar speakers. We speak grammar. Anyway, away from all of that. Professor Humphery Nwosu happened to be the man that conducted the supposed Nigeria's freest, fairest presidential election that later got annulled. He was considered a bigger problem because he was told not to announce the result at some point. But he didn't stop it. He announced the entire result, which prompted MKO Abiola to say he is the winner. When he was announcing the results, and they discovered that it wasn't going the way as planned. What's that man's name again? I can't remember his name again, but I'm probably going to let him share the story. The man is dead now, but he once had an encounter with Omoyele Sowore in America, where he shared what really happened. For the sake of our viewers, right, I'm going to share that with you this evening. Let's go check it out. Professor Humphery Nwosu, a 1993 presidential election, which also shaped what Nigeria has become today. That event led to so many deaths and so many people got exiled, some incarcerated. Yeah. And that is what led to the Fourth Republic in 1999, when the military finally said, you know what, we'll just kind of step aside.
My very good question to you is that today is almost 21 years after June 12 election that you umpired. And you are making the declaration for the first time that I'm hearing that Abiola will not.
I should have made it in my book.
Yes, but when Abiola was arrested, jailed, you were nowhere to be found. The last statement you made was that the election was inconclusive before you disappeared, before you came out and wrote that your book. Wouldn't you have done Nigeria a great job of courage if you are stuck by the position and Abiola won the election, and on that basis disgraced people like Babangida and the other people that you don't want to mention, who made it impossible for Nigeria to have democracy for almost 10 years after that? Prof, don't you think you disappointed your nation?
Just a minute, sir. Can we have a couple of questions so it doesn't get so polarized?
I think it's very important.
Yeah, it is.
I need to clear my name. Instead, as a reformer, I chickened out when the matter but I didn't chicken out. I carry my message back to Nigeria. Carrying, and I had never hesitated, and I will give an interview. You say if you can, after this lecture, I can give it here. You carry it back to Nigeria. Before I left Nigeria, I gave to AIT, I gave to this day, and they repeat the same thing. Sometimes people don't take in the correct answer. Without this man standing here, they wouldn't have been June 12th election. If I tell you what I did to make sure that that election took place, it is in this book. Sometimes people don't read. People think of money in Nigeria. People should not think of theory, things that will work and make our system stable and perform for our people. Let me tell you, first and foremost, the military was divided before June 12th election was conducted. It's a given fact. If you read forward to my book, Colonel Abubakar Omar, you will know, used to be governor of Kaduna State. He resigned his commission, he believed firmly in Abiola. And he affirmed everything in this book. Please get a copy. You look at it, annulment. Don't read any other thing. Go straight to annulment. What happened? Let me tell you, the military was divided. Abacha was friend of Babangida. I'm saying it publicly at international level. At some stage, Abacha wanted to have a stint as president of Nigeria. When Babangida wanted to be a hero, that he handed over a reform system that he will be remembered by posterity and the international community. Because observers, he allowed observers all over the world to witness the election. But the only thing which he owed to Abacha, there was a coup of April 1990, which Abacha helped to save his neck. So Abacha wanted to rule. He didn't want the election to go ahead. Now, this is that book. What happened? To make election not to go ahead, everything was done to condemn the emergence of Abiola as a legitimate candidate of Social Democratic Party. Everything was done. I supervised, my commission supervised the emergence of Abiola in Jos. But I stood firmly that he emerged according to the rule. When this didn't work, there was a court ruling. Were you aware of that?
Yes.
June 10, 1993.
I was president of Unilateral Union in 1993.
Okay, listen to me. June 10, 1993. In the night, a court gave decision that the election should not go on June 12. That I am banned not to conduct the election. Meanwhile, all my colleagues, national commissioners, have gone into the field to supervise the election. What could I do? I was alone. What I did, I decided to attend when I learned that there was a meeting of the highest ruling organ, National Defense and Security Council, in Aso Rock on June 11th. The election was to take place June 12th. I wasn't invited. I just said that the meeting was going on. They didn't want, pro-Abacha group didn't want me there in the meeting. How would they hold meeting whether the election will take place or not when the chief electoral officer of the country was not invited? In any case, when I heard of it, I took a risk and invited myself to a gathering of military people. Is it done in Nigeria? I don't know who will do it. I went to that meeting, and that's why without Babangida, the election wouldn't have taken place. What happened? In the meeting there, they asked me, why are you here? I said, I'm here because the election will take place. Court has given a decision that there should be no election. And this is not, cannot be, because election is tomorrow. Court cannot give a decision 2 days, just 1.5 days to election, that there will be no election. And there were observers all over the world in Nigeria. And in any case, the law that empowered us to conduct the election had stated that once a date and time have been fixed for general election in Nigeria, no court can stop us. But after the election, if the election was not held according, in keeping with the law, it would be nullified. So that was the position of law. I quoted to the president and his colleagues that the election must take place, and I'm ready. Unless you don't want the election to go on, tell me, then I know what to tell Nigerians. They are looking upon me, and they know about the rules of the election. And you have assured me you give me a free hand. Are you getting the message? You see, because I don't have time to conclude on, you said you give me a free hand. The election should hold tomorrow. If you don't want it to hold, tell me what I will tell Nigerians. Abacha stood up. He was to go. There was something they passed around in that meeting. Something which Director of Information from U.S. Embassy circulated that if that election was postponed, it would be unacceptable to the United States. Because the United States was aware of what was going on. So So Abacha group said, oh, postpone it for 1 week. Postpone it. America cannot dictate war. And I raised my hand. The president, I'm telling you what happened. Those who didn't know about June 12 are talking. I ran, vanished. So the president said, have you anything? I said, sir, this election must go ahead. This information, this relief from American embassy has nothing to do with election which will conduct tomorrow. It has nothing to do with that. And if we postpone it for 1 week, it will be the worst rigged election in Nigerian history. You postpone it for 3 months, we will print another set of ballot papers, another set of arrangements. Everywhere was silent. This is that book. So when they looked, there was Shonika was there. He's still there. I'm mentioning them. The present president of Nigerian Senate was there, and the host of others. They said, okay, Babangida said, do you think Nigerians will come out tomorrow to vote? And that's when the military will sometime, they can be decisive. Babangida alone took that decision, said, go ahead, go and hold international press conference in their commission. This man was there, Onu, who was Secretary for Information. He should tell the director with 48 hours to leave Nigeria. Monitor should go around and monitor the election, and that election should go ahead. That's why without Babangida, that's what happened.
No, that's so loud and too kind of noisy. The man is dead now. He died at the age of 83. He went on to conduct that election, and when it was time for him to announce the results, Chukwumerije, Uche Chukwumerije. No, is that his name? No, it's not Chukwumerije. Oh, the voice of something about voice of One Nigeria or something like that went to court again. The same guys who went to court to stop the election, they went back to court again and said the announcement must be stopped. Babangida that gave them the go-ahead to conduct the election just made another nationwide broadcast. The election has been annulled. And that was the beginning of the journey to the end of MKO Abiola and his life as well. Today, most of those who claim to be Abiola's friends, they became Abacha's friends because November that year, Abacha struck, removed Shonekon. Because immediately Babangida said he announced the annulment, they started a process where he said he stepped aside. He appointed Ernest Shonekon as an interim president of Nigeria. 3 months after that, less than 3 months though, Abacha struck, and Abacha became the head of state of Nigeria. Arrested MKO Abiola, jailed him. Condoleezza Rice, then as Secretary of State, to was that to George Bush, by the way? I think it was to George Bush. Visited Nigeria and saw to the end of MKO Abiola. The rest is history today. The man is dead. A lot of them are dead. Few of them are still alive. It's just one part of the history of Nigeria. Okay. Going forward again, because our time is fast, finishing. Wiki has a message for all of you complaining about hardship. And you should be grateful that you're complaining about hardship. I think he's drunk here, or is it that his voice is finally giving up on him? Wiki said you should all be grateful that Tifnumbu is aware that you are suffering. And he's doing something about it, he said.
All of you who are claiming that you are suffering, the price of food items are high, but also give kudos to Mr. President of trying everything, putting all this energy to see that food items, the prices are brought down. If you don't have good road, the price of goods will go up. If you have good roads, it's likely to reduce, because the transporters will always complain, why will we not add money? There's no good road. When we are coming from Jos, when we are coming from anywhere, our vehicles are stocked. A journey that will take us 1 day will take us 5 days. They add prices,